Hi guys, and welcome to another repair from Tech Repair Base. My name's Mark, and today we're going to be repairing this Samsung A40. We're going to be doing the LCD screen repair, and we're going to be using a service pack or service unit repair screen from Samsung. So let's get stuck in. So firstly, what we do is we're going to remove the back of this. It does come on a mid-frame, so we'll remove the SIM tray as always check that the SIM tray is removed. So we'll take that out, and we're going to be using a bit of heat and these three iSesamo tools, the iPlastic, the iFlex and the iSesamo. First of all, I'll go in with the iFlex, which is just a thin piece. Well, we call them the fish or the whale. I don't know why, they just resemble it for us. So we're going to be using around 200 Fahrenheit, just on a simple basic heat gun, to slowly heat the back up because it is plastic, so we are very careful. I do check finger touch, so once it's slightly too hot. Now you do have the fingerprint sensor, as you can see here on the back of these. For what they are, they're a good phone, the A40, and they're well worth repairing. And we just get ourselves in there, look. We don't want to cause any damage to the frame. You can get a bit of paint come off, so you have to be careful. So once I'm in, I do move to the iPlastic straight away. To work my way around, and again I keep checking the heat, so once it's slightly too hot to touch, I then work my way around the back. Now on some of these you can just pop the back off, some of the A models. Will that go in? Yeah. You are going to be having to be careful. I then do use the black spudger that most of you that do repairs will be aware of. Nice little gadget, inexpensive, pence really. So I'm just keeping that open now. And we are going to come down. That's come all the way down. So there is flexes in the back of this, guys, so just be careful. Well, there we go. We are nearly off. Samsung glue isn't the best on some of these. And there we are, we're in. We'll clean this glue off a bit later on in the video. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the back and remove all these screws. Now, thoughtfully, Samsung have done all these screws and they're all the same length, so even though I still mirror it on a piece of like a magnetic mat, I do take these out first, and then I'll remove the home button, the fingerprint sensor. Well, yeah, on most Samsungs, when you take off the backs and things like that, most of the screws are all the same, so you can't get any in the wrong places really. Set of tweezers, just remove these. Now all my videos I do are all full videos. In the descriptions below, I do post intervals, certain times if you want to get to a certain point. If it's a battery replacement you're doing, it'll be the same. You can just go to that point or get to that point. But you're coming in here on the mid frame. Sorry, my mistake. I was supposed to move the little plastic glass when we go back on, sorry. I'll go back again and pop this off. Is that my mistake? I think it is. Okay, I'm looking like I don't know what I'm doing. There we go, it's off, sorry. That's the fingerprint scanner sensor. Sorry about that. Again, I do all these in real time, so it's literally, you see it as I'm doing it. I don't edit it out because I haven't caused any damage or anything. I've still got it off. I can still carry on with the repair as I would. So there you go. So now we'll remove the flexes, the battery, sorry, first, then the main flex. This is the LCD connector, and there is a screw here, as you can see there, a little black screw. We'll take that out. Disconnect the antenna. We'll take that all the way out up there. We'll keep it connected to the main logic board on this one. So they do tend to have a little bit of glue, but you can go behind them, as you can see, and easily prise that off. Put that to one side. And again, on the top, the first thing you're going to do is Samsung do tend to put one black screw in the boards. And then we'll go through and check, but the cameras and everything are all connected. Oh, it's already lifting, look. There we go. As easy as that. And it's off. So I've kept that screw near that hole, so I'm well aware of where it needs to go. The next thing we need to get off is the battery. These are a little tricky. I do these a little unconventionally to other people I've seen. I do tend to, you can use the heat from behind, which I will go and do, and then what I will do is I will place one of these little plastic pry tools down here in this corner, and I will lift it up slightly, and then what I do after that is I get the plastic, sorry, and I go under there with that, because I don't want to cause any damage to this, but I do know that the glue on this is very sticky. So all I'll do here is a bit of heat on this side, because at the end of the day I'm not saving the screen. So a bit of heat at around 200 Fahrenheit. You can go in here a fair bit. I suppose you could do the whole lot if you want to. I do tend to just heat this corner up though, because I really am desperate not to damage this battery, but I do want to prise it up enough just to get the eye plastic in. And be extremely careful. There's no pull tabs on these like in some of the other videos I've done, like the Wowers. They're very helpful. They have pull tabs in that work. And there you can see I've lifted the battery up slightly, but this will not cause any damage to the battery. And all I'm going to do is work this in now. It is rigid enough to get in. You may want to add a little bit of heat. I'll add a little bit of more heat into here just to help me out. I may as well, this screen's dead. It didn't get a display when it came in. Now if you are finding this video good value, and the content is okay, then I would appreciate it if you could just drop a like on the video below and subscribe if you feel it's going to be worth you subscribing to the channel. But there you go, as you can see, look, I'm in now. A little bit of heat on the glue, and we can pry it off. So there's no damage to the battery. I've just put it back in place, as you can see here. All I'm going to do before we place it back in is just remove this glue. We'll place our own 3mm tape onto the back of this new one. I'm not sure, do the service packs have it on? No, the glue isn't pre-installed on this one. So there we go, that's most of the glue off. We'll just double check, make sure the battery is rigid. There's no physical damage to the battery. There's no nicks, tears, rips. There we go. Now what we're going to do is take out the vibrate plate out of here. Place it down there. And the next thing is, I do believe we do need to remove the earpiece speaker. So now, if I remember correctly, I do apply a little bit of heat behind these because they are stuck on, and in the past I have damaged the odd one or two, not going to lie. We all make mistakes. We all just try and get a repair done as quick as we can. Get it out, customer's desperate, wants it back yesterday. In fact, that's a common theme, that. Customer wanting the phone back yesterday. There we are. It's off in one piece. It will only go one way in the new device. So there we go. Just quick tidy up. And there we are. The old screen, the new screen. So you're replacing it like for like, exactly the same place. Earpiece, just sit straight in like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is you must make sure you are in a pretty dust-free environment when you are doing this repair. So if you are doing this at home DIY, please make sure that you haven't got anybody walking in and out while you're trying to do it. The last thing you want is dust on your camera, lens, things like that. So there we go. Let's put this screw back down, black screw. And we are in situ. The charge port, I tend to go and get them in, get that back down, straight in, the screws here. And what I'll do now is get some of the 3mm tape, or the double-sided 3mm. We just call it the red tape because it's the one we find that works the best. We've tried many over the years, but the red, we just use the one supplier. It's been supplying us for years, and it works. Couple of pieces on that. And we'll reinstall the battery. There we go. That's not coming out. Close the connectors. The LCD connector is here. Just make sure they're in correctly. And it should just slot straight in like that. There we go. So now we're going to put the, I would call it the mid frame, I'm assuming. We're just going to go and clip that in, make sure it's clipped in all the way around. Okay, and then reconnect the home button. Now we're just going to put the clasp back in that I struggled to take out. Just weird it up. There we go, that's in. Just double check. Yep. Now put all the screws in the back. Once I've done this, all I'm going to do is just take off any excess glue, give it a clean round with a bit of IPA. And on the back plate as well. We do test all our screens when they come in before fitting, because on a repair like this it is hard to test it without completely stripping the phone. So we do have a device that we use for testing the screens to make sure they are working and functioning fully before we agree to the customer bringing the device in to having the repair done, although you can still get a fault. This device came in with no display whatsoever, and I'm going to try and turn it on now and see if it works. See if there's any charge in the device. There is, and there we go, we have a display. So now we have a display. We will power this device back down. Okay guys, now the device is powered off, we are just going to remove this last bit of glue from the outer frame. I did just edit a little bit out there. It came on with a picture, customer's picture on the device. I'm literally just taking the glue off. So we're just going to take the original glue off the back of the device here. It's quite easy to come off really. Now I could edit this out, but let's be fair, if you're new to this, you're going to think, how am I going to get this glue off, or what am I going to have to do? Look at that spudger, and it's off on this, quite easy. Like I say, the glue, in my opinion, isn't the best on these. It does work, but a little bit of heat and you can pry the back off. So that's all the glue off the back. And now all we're going to do now is, what I will do is just a little bit of tape. All this is going to do is aid what I'm about to put on the device to glue it and vacuum seal it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. I'm not going to put it here, I'm going to place it where the glue was originally. This is just to help hold it down while the glue that we're going to use sets. Like I say, this is warts and all when it comes to a video. You may want to fast forward this bit, but this is just how we find it easy to do them. Because what we do, which I'll show you now, is now we've got it ready. So essentially guys, that is the repair done. You're going to place that onto the back and you've got the device complete. One last thing that you will do is the B7000 glue. You're going to place a thin bead around the outer edge of this. Just a thin bead. You don't want too much, but you want enough. It needs to last. There you are, just a thin bead of that. And then we can go ahead and we can place this on the device. Now the reason I put the tape on was so I can press it down and it will hold it there. That's purely all it's for. Because then we're going to go and take a vacuum seal bag. You can buy these off Amazon, cheap as chips, a few quid. You're just holding it down just to allow you so you can just the freedom to press it down. And you know it's not moved in there. And then you're going to go ahead and use a manual vacuum seal. Now we do have the mechanical one that can do it a lot quicker, but with this I've got greater control over the amount of air I take out, how tight I do it with. I don't want to damage the screen. But there, that's it. That is your A40 screen repair. Okay guys, so now we've left it over 12 hours. We just go and remove it from the vacuum seal bag. And all we need to do now is clean up the back with the B7000 glue. As you can see, there is a little bit of excess glue around the outside edge. All I use is a blade, little scalpel, a few cotton buds, and some isopropyl, 99.9%. And all I'm going to do is just literally quickly go around the edge. You're just sort of separating it. You don't want to pull any out from underneath. You just want the excess removing that is on the outside. There isn't much on this. Just that. And here. So like I said, we've left it for 12 hours in the vacuum seal pack. Just go ahead and clean it up. And we're done. I hadn't put the sim tray back in, so I'll just go and place that back in. So there we go. That is complete. All I'm going to do now is a bit of IPA on the back, Isopropyl, sorry. I keep saying IPA, don't know if that's the right term. Anyway, bit of a clean. There's a few marks on the back of this anyway, so we're not going to get an 100% polish finish, but we are going to make it look like we've never touched this device. And there we go, touch function and complete. So there we are. If you found this value and helpful, if you'd like to hit the subscribe button below, a thumbs up would help as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.